Yo, what's poppin'? You done tap back in with the Gangsta's Kitchen in the Hood, where the food is vegan and you will not get tired of eating. I promise. I mean, hey, you cooking with a blood. What's poppin'? Grand, man. I pray all is well, man. We back in the Gangsta Kitchen, the Gangsta's Kitchen in the Hood. And today I'm about to show y'all how I made some loaded fries out of some vegan barbecue pulled pork, quote unquote, jackfruit, right? So boom, I got my my russet potatoes. They was kind of small because I wanted like a circle wedge kind of like, but of course you can cut your own potatoes up however you want, to each his own, all right? So yeah, so I bust my potatoes down, bada bing, bada boom, and now I'm throwing them in a bowl because you know we want to get them right and tight, right? So boom, so I throw my guys in a bowl, right? And I'm throwing a little grapeseed oil in there. And this is so the seasoning can stick before we throw it in the, you know. So boom, we're going to sift this around a little bit, make sure all the potatoes get coated, and now it's time to season. So I got some pink Himalayan sea salt, some granulated garlic, a bussin'. I got some pepper, of course, you know, the basic seasoning, the all-purpose seasoning, right? So boom, I got some oregano, of course, and I also got some thyme. Be, you know, a little generous with the oregano and thyme so that flavor can kick in. Of course, the rosemary. So the rosemary and some sage. Oh my goodness, this right here, baby. Yeah. So look, make sure everything is coated, man. Do not be scared to touch your food. You know how some of us bougie pretty folks say we don't want to touch the food, but listen, just make sure your hands is clean. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, touch your food. Get intimate with your food, baby. Yeah, you know. So now we're gonna throw these guys in a cast iron skillet. You know what I mean? Then we're gonna throw this in the oven for about 30, maybe like 45 minutes. Let it get crisp. And this is my jackfruit. You know, my young jackfruit. I shredded it up real good, and now I'm throwing some grapeseed oil inside of the skillet. You know, yeah, let it get heated up a little bit. Then we're gonna throw them guys in there, man. Now it's two ways you could shred it. You could shred it by hand. You could use 2 forks. I did both, you know. But anyway, shout out to Primal Kitchen, man. They sent me some barbecue sauce. My first time using this barbecue sauce. It was pretty good. It wasn't sweetened, so you know, it was like unsweetened, but it was still pretty good. But you know, yeah, I did my own little thug thizzle. You feel me? As you can see, I added some ketchup, of course, and I added some mustard, right? Bussin', man. You cannot go wrong with adding ketchup and mustard inside a barbecue sauce, right? And so I also added some date syrup. You can add agave, you can add regular syrup, whatever the case may be, but I'm adding date syrup to sweeten it up a little bit. And yeah, now we finna season this guy on up. All-purpose seasoning, baby. Boom. We got the pink Himalayan sea salt, of course. We got the black pepper, of course. We got the granulated garlic, of course. You know, the basic seasonings. The oregano, you know, the all-purpose seasonings, man. Yeah, you can never go wrong, right? Some onion powder, of course. Don't worry about the little, you know, we're going to crush them guys down. And I also added some fennel. The fennel is amazing. Oh, my goodness. Also some ginger. Don't do too much ginger because then it'll end up being a little too spicy. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to bust this down, let that simmer. And while that's cooking, we're going to go ahead and make our cheese sauce, right? Excuse me. So boom, so I got some oat milk and some chow cheese. The best vegan cheese to me, because it actually melts. You feel what I'm saying? So boom, now I'm adding some bell pepper just to add a little flavor. Then we're gonna let this, we're gonna let it do what it's do. And while it's doing what it's doing, I'm gonna also add some Yoko's pink, it's sea salt butter. Oh my goodness, brazy, right? And now we finna season this guy on up, right? So we got some smoked paprika. Yeah, we got some pink Himalayan sea salt, and I'm throwing some chives in there. Oh my goodness, man. Listen, this cheese sauce did it for me, right? So I also added some pepper, some granulated garlic, you know, the all-purpose seasoning. And last but not least, I added some nutritional yeast, right? Now, for those that don't know, this is what give it that real cheesy flavor and texture. It is amazing, right? And I also added some spinach inside of the cheese sauce, and we're gonna go ahead and let this, do what it do. So boom. So and I also did some baked beans on the side. You know, that's gonna add on to the loaded fries. You feel me? So that's what the loaded fries look like when they get out that oven, about 35, 45 minutes. Threw the baked beans on there, you know, season to your liking, of course. You know, I got plenty of videos of me seasoning baked beans, and now we throwing our vegan pulled pork on there, and this is what it look like, baby. Yeah, the Gangsta Kitchen, the Gangsta's Kitchen in the Hood, huh? Now get out my kitchen.